from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Hello, and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to Good Morning Uganda Extra. I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonyitono. That is in case you've just joined, but we are always here from 6:30. That is I, Julie, Joan, and of course Ruben comes in with the sports updates. But we also have an extension, which is Good Morning Uganda Extra. Now today, I'm very excited because I have a guest, the man I named AI. Why do I say so? This is a man who began the AI conversation, I think, a decade ago, and even wrote a book. Now today the world is up, everyone is talking about AI, but the person I'm talking about, I think, is the only Ugandan or the only professor that I know that wrote a book specifically on artificial intelligence. Not now when everyone is excited, but years back. I remember the first time I met the guest I'm going to introduce to you. I asked him, but what is this AI you're talking about and you're passionate about? And he seemed a lonely wolf. I asked him, but these things, is it because professors, you read so much, now you know, because he's a man who is free, you can make any joke with him. Told him, is it because professors, you read so much now, there is something that has gone? He tried to explain anyway, I couldn't catch up by then, as so many couldn't, a decade ago, definitely. Now, join me, welcome Dr. Lawrence Muganga, who is the Vice Chancellor, Victoria University. Welcome, Doctor.
Robert, thank you very, very much. Allow me also to say Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Yes, I haven't seen you like, I last saw you in 2025.
Definitely.
You know, and good morning viewers, fellow Ugandans, and everyone else who calls home this beautiful country of ours. Thank you for tuning in, and Happy New Year. I really wish you an amazing year 2026. It looks like so many good things are going to happen. So be part of the beautiful things. So thank you for inviting me here at UBC. As always, thank you for supporting our country and allowing us to come here and we share the little we know with fellow Ugandans and everyone else who is a friend of progress, who wants to see us develop and be a better country, a better people, maybe to add something small on what you have just said. I mean, there are so many giants that have talked about AI in the world, okay, in the world, starting as far as in the 1950s.
Oh, even 1950s?
Yes, 1950s, that conversation has been there. So maybe, and we have those godfathers elsewhere around the world. Before anyone knew anything to do with AI, they have been talking about artificial intelligence. While we were still trying to define what internet is, trying to understand it even in as recent as 1998, people were still trying to understand what is this thing called internet. Others in the 1950s were actually talking about artificial intelligence. Now come maybe in the last few years, I think you said it rightly, I have also maybe claimed that title of being the godfather of artificial intelligence in Uganda. So note that it's a conversation that is really, really so intriguing for me to be pushing. But I see far. You can, because my job is to think. My training is to think. And then when you think, you work with the data that is available, and then you start looking at what the future will look like. So when you look at what we have today, the population we have in the world, and later on our own population, and you see the technologies that are emerging, the strongest technology that is very transformative. You like it, Robert, the viewers, you like it, you don't like it, it is here. It is not going anywhere. It is going to transform. It's not even, why am I even speaking in the future? It is already transforming the world as we knew it. So therefore, we have a choice as a country, as government, as people, as educators, as students, as parents. We have a choice to choose to remain behind, to choose self-preservation that is not right, or choosing a future that must happen, and then be part of the players, not just the participants or followers. Be part of the players. That is what really pushes me every day when I wake up, to try to save the few people I can. That please don't allow this bus to really, really bypass you. Board it, let's move. Because the world has already boarded, and it is making things happen.
A quick one related to that, Professor. You're a Vice Chancellor.
Maybe I also bring greetings from our beautiful university, Victoria University, that has embraced technology fully.
How have you factored in AI as Victoria University?
Okay, let me begin here. That one, again, like I earlier said, every institution has a choice. But while you're choosing what you want to become as a university, don't just sit and care about the money that parents pay in form, or even students who are self-sponsored pay in form of tuition or fees, okay? Without giving him the value for that money or the return on investment. Now, when you look at the world we are in, honestly, it is no longer feasible, or it is no longer enough for someone to grab a book, or they used to call them pamphlets, they used to call them handouts, and then they cram everything, they put it in their head. And at the end of the semester or term, you ask them to reproduce everything they have crammed for the last 4 months. And when they give it to you, in 100%, 80%, or 90%, you baptize them as educated. Okay, keywords, baptize them as educated. But that, while you do it, and dear parents, listen to this, while that is happening to your children, that does not rule out the fact that the future is going to ask them something different.
That they totally don't have.
That they have never revised in a book, that they have never studied in front of a teacher, they have never found in the library. The world, the real world, expects them to speak a different language, to act differently, to deliver on different deadlines, to solve problems, to bring transformation at every level that they have been really, really been trusted with. So now we had given that information, we said we will not siphon students or parents' money. No, we will educate these young men and women to make sure that they are of significant value to themselves, their family, their community, and the country. You can even add on the world. By giving them the skills needed now, the skills they can use in the future, for them to be productive citizens of our country. Now, how did we do that? Now, we said the world, like earlier started, is driven by technology.
Yes.
You can't deny that now, okay? If you're denying that, look at yourself. Yourself or the viewer. Some of you have 2 phones, all right? Some of you have 2 phones. And some of you, you no longer even want to, you know, previously there is a way we used to search information. You go on a search engine called Google and you search. Right now, people are no longer even using Google. They have moved on to AI tools, ChatGPT, they have gone to Gemini, they have gone to Claude, they have gone to so many others, all right? That's how they get information, all right? But the employer, when they are looking for employees, they want people who will add value to what they do on a daily basis, all right? They want someone who is going to solve their problems. And if someone needs a report, they want it in the shortest time possible. So technology is playing everything. Productivity increases because of technology. So what we said, okay, now everyone at Victoria University, you have to have a gadget. It can be a laptop, it can be a tablet, or even one of those good smartphones. Why? Because we have digitized learning in its entirety. When I say we have digitized teaching, when I say, now that means studying is digital. Assessment is digital. Could be exams, could be courseworks, you name it. Projects and everything, we have digitized them, okay? Even paying the tuition that we really need to be able to provide this quality education, digitized, all right? Now, but whatever you are learning, we have said that everyone in our university, every program, you must study at least 2 modules or 3 of artificial intelligence.
Oh,
yes, for you,
these modules developed.
Yes, into the curriculum.
Oh.
They are baked into the curriculum, such that at least you have some basic understanding of how to use this tool that is being talked about left, right, center, not even talked about, being used, okay? Such that when you graduate, you are a totally different graduate from anyone who comes from a different university. So, while you're studying, you're using technology. While you're being assessed, you're using technology, right? But even while you're studying your entire curriculum, there is a particular important technology you need to study, okay? And then we created a platform. If they still need to master particular field-specific AI, for example, you are into real estate, what kind of artificial intelligence do you need to be able to become better in the area of real estate? Then you go and pick that on our platform and you train. You get now those skills, you master them, and then you demonstrate them, and then you get a certificate. If you are into, say, healthcare, you pick an AI-inclined healthcare module, and you be certified in that. Again, we want you to get out with not only knowledge, because knowledge you can find it in this gadget, okay? You don't need the best professor in the world. I can even be lying to you that I have the best information that you need from me as Lawrence Mganga. No, that information is out there, okay? But there's something you need that I can't give you: experience, exposure. Parents, allow your young people to have exposure, to have experience, all right? To do something such that their hands, their heart, their brain, all 3 are activated. That's how you get a holistic person. That's how you get a problem solver.
Not a theoretical.
Not at all. The world is no longer interested in so much of what you know, okay? The world is interested in what you can do with what you know. So how do you achieve that? By being exposed to where you can have experience, trying this.
And how do you do that at Victoria?
So now what we have done is that we say that, okay, it is very, very okay for you to come and sit in our classrooms, and we love you so much. You can come and sit in our classrooms.
That is what we know of our university.
Okay? Yes, because that is what has been known since Plato, Socrates' time, all right? That's what we know. But yes, that worked for the parents as old as myself, or even those who are older. It worked for them because that is what the world dictated. The world of today is dictating something. Employers are telling you, you are coming here, do you have 2 or 3 years of experience? And then you say, no, I have just graduated. Then they say, we are not interested. So why did you pay fees? So therefore, we are saying, okay, when you come to our university, Victoria University, so you will sit in our classroom for 15 to 16 hours a week, okay? Not Monday to Friday, 40 hours or 50 hours. No, we want you to sit 15 to 16 hours. Then the rest of the hours a week, we want you to be placed somewhere in a placement, in the workplace. If it is not someone else's workplace, you have created your own workplace such that you gain experience. Because we are teaching you here, you are exposed to technology. You are better than even the employees who are already in different employment spaces, because you come with some proficiency, digital proficiencies or technology competencies. So there is value you are going to add to this employer. Then in the process of you being placed there, by the time you graduate, Robert and the viewers, you have the 3 years this employer is looking for. So now that's why.
Not only these few months of internship.
No, internship, that's nothing. It's just nothing at all. And I think National Council for Higher Education has seen that, and we have also seen through the introduction of the competence-based education that the best way to really deliver a graduate that works for this country is to make sure that their placements take longer than 2 months. For us, we started that. We didn't have to wait for government to tell us to do what is right, or National Council to tell us to do what is right. Remember, the students we teach, the students we develop, the students we learn together are brothers, are sisters, are fellow Ugandans, and if they are doing better, our society does better. As an educator, I only really get filled with pride when my students are adding value to their country, not that they're just roaming the street. So, and this methodology of ours, this approach of ours is working. As recent as 2025, October 29th, we had a graduation. And we graduated about 2,400 students. But I'm really happy to share with you and Ugandans watching now that 87.3% of those students who graduated, all of them were working. Now, don't you realize that the model is actually working? Tell me who else can comfortably sit in front of TV and say that I graduated 87% of my students and they are working.
Now, Dr. Muganga, let's look at when we talk about the competency-based curriculum or competency-based education, just the things you've been talking about that are being done at Victoria University. Let's look at also cost. About a week, I traversed a number of schools. I went to find a placement for my child joining primary.
You wouldn't trust the selection process?
Now, this is something that I found. Of course, it's normal. Education is very expensive every day. So I go to one of these schools. They had very beautiful vans. The school is almost like a hotel, And I tried to ask, how did you perform primary 7? No, we can't show you. You can't know, but we did very well. The ministry doesn't allow us to show results. But we did very well. We got 4s, we got this, we got that. I said, how can I take that as evidence and proof? Okay, no doubt, you're not allowed to show results.
Yes.
But isn't there any document from the ministry maybe that can verify what you're telling me? So I said, well, the competency-based curriculum, okay, how do you conduct this? I said, oh, we are doing very well. And of late, parents are complaining about school fees, but what we need to give you a student or a pupil who is fully packed in a competence-based curriculum raises the fees automatically. Now, Victoria University, when you talk about, because you're the case study I have, when you talk about these students learning, it is one university. I've interacted with students there, and they will tell you we don't carry books, we don't carry paper, because everything here is done on computer. the exams are given there, the marking is there. When you get to class, you don't see anything like chalk or what, you see smart boards. There's so much that you find and you're like, isn't this then more expensive to the parent, and at one time may limit some of the students, because if what you're going to use, because education is commercial, I must invest, recoup my investment, but also make profit as well.
Robert and our incredible viewers this morning, you know, most of the things happen, and indeed, how you look at something initially, it is, you're going to choose which side you belong to, okay? But we at Victoria University, we don't embrace the world with a world view that this problem cannot be solved. No, we start with the positive side. How do we solve this problem? Okay? We are educators. We are transformers of society. Society is not just buildings. They are people. Okay? And we know that the scarcities of resources do not simply dwell in our own pockets alone. The scarcity is for everyone. That means not everyone will have all the money we need. So what do we need to do in that situation? Okay? So what we need to do in that situation is to look at, and this is where I want even, I request that sometimes even the country should really look to, okay? Most of the time, we have to activate the resources, like the biggest resources we have, okay? Now we have to appreciate that we live in a world that is driven by technology. That we live in a world where the way I looked for education, my child should not look for the education like that. If while I walked 20 kilometers to go and find a teacher to stand in front of me, and then he told me like proudly how the virtues disappeared and they went their cow Bihogo and they disappeared and I should now find them and trace them how they left. But meanwhile, I left cows at home and I don't even know what they ate. Okay? While I look for education in that sense, with technology, I can carry this education to this student waited. You understand? So now, if I bring you education, Robert, and you are here, and that's what you said, we embrace technology. When you come to our classrooms, you're not going to see a whiteboard, you're not going to see a chalkboard, you're not going to see flip charts. Those are the things that belong not to even the near past, the very past. If you find any institutions, like schools, I'm going to mention like primary and secondary, they are still suffering from that situation. But God should help us to overcome that situation. But if you find a university that has those three, you know that you have a problem already. Because universities are supposed to really be the nursery bed of solving problems. If you can't solve your own problems, to know that a chalkboard is no longer something that serves students better, a flip chart, or even what, like a whiteboard. No, you have to have a smart board. Now this smart board, what does it do? Now a teacher is not going to ask me to buy them a laptop to be able to teach the students. There is a smart board. So they simply have to have an email and send their content on the smart board. And now they can find, using that gadget, find a student we asked to have a laptop from anywhere where they are situated, to have their class take place anytime they want. Now, how much money have you saved the student, for example, if they were, say, in Jinja, for example, and they chose to take their class while they are seated there, or while they are at the workplace, they just take a break of 1 hour from that very placement, take a break of 1 hour, and tune in in this seamless, interactive learning management system, not anything you're going to see around here, and I'll come back to that, you've saved them transport, you've saved them lunch money, you've even saved them from any trouble of being knocked on a border, which is rampant on a daily basis and end up in hospital. So when you compound that, if you total up that money, by the end of the year, how much money have you saved? The parent or the student. Now come back to us as educators at Victoria University. So now, when I digitize learning, when I digitize assessment, okay? When I digitize administration, when I digitize fees payment, so that means I have really done away with the paper completely.
Stationary budget.
The stationary budget.
For the university, yes.
You know what I mean? So those are savings. Ask me, where do I put those savings?
Where do you put those savings?
Cut fees for students, reduce them, reduce the fees, the tuition. That's why we are, and I am very proud to say this without fear of any contradiction, we are the most affordable university in this country.
And one thing I've liked, Professor, actually when you say this is what the job market requires, today, those gone are the days where people would have meetings and you see it. Today there is a meeting, well, you just know the time, a link is sent, or it's a conference. You find executives discussing very serious issues. At one time, even saw presidents, including our president, discussing issues of a crisis. And His Excellency was at State House, there, the other, each one was at a different place, and that is where the world is going. You go for a job interview, you're put in a room, all you find are computers.
So, let me tell you another thing we are doing that is very, very interesting, and Ugandans will love this. You see how traditional we know that there is a university that you walk to, and whether go to the classroom or interact with the administrators, the teachers, all you want, all right? That physical university. So now we are creating the digital university.
Now what is that?
And now we have the Victoria version 1.0, which is the physical, and then we are creating the Victoria 2.0, which is the virtual. Now, what does that mean? Now it means everything you need physical, if you came, now you can find it virtually. So you can go to a classroom, or you can come to the Vice Chancellor's office digitally. You will talk to me, the way you see me.
Ah, Professor Lawrence, Professor Lawrence.
Okay, calm down. I know. I know where you're coming from, and you are not alone. You are like every Ugandan who is watching us this morning on UBC. Everyone is as shocked as you are shocked. So it's coming. You will talk to the Vice Chancellor. You will ask the Vice Chancellor every information you want to really, really carry home or understand, and the Vice Chancellor will respond to you. The beauty, the beauty with that Vice Chancellor you'll meet virtually, he will be more intelligent, more exposed than this Vice Chancellor who is present in front of you. Why? Because this one is powered by artificial intelligence. That means you ask a question, he's able to research the entire world database, and he will get for you a solution. Me, I'll tell you, give me 3 days, I'll think about it. This gentleman, the digital twin of myself, will be able to search any database around the world and can give you a solution. Now, if you're going to study business, for example, you are a business administration student at Victoria University, you can now attend a class and you will speak to your lecturer or your tutor, your mentor, your guide, anytime, 24/7. Your curriculum will be there. You will even be assessed, and assessment can be in different forms. You can write the exam, you can be interviewed orally by your professor in real time, and the responses are scored and you get a result there and then. So the book, you can go to the library, they even convert that very book into anything you want. Maybe you want it to come as a movie for you to understand it better. If you're talking about a scenario in the office, they will create the office for you and then see exactly what is happening. That is the power of artificial intelligence. So then what you realize is that actually technology has made us better. Now, to the teachers who are absenting themselves, then you have a problem. Because you have a digital twin, or you have a digital teacher who can teach better than you, can be accessed by the student 24/7 at the convenience of students, but also this teacher can research the entire world database in just seconds and will avail the students the information they need. That is the world we are in, Robert and Ugandans. We like it, we don't like it. Technology has come to make us better. And now, as we shape Victoria University 2.0, so you'll make a choice. You want to learn physically, come and learn, or you want to learn through our 2.0, which is the same, but you talked about cost. You see now how technology, the initial cost to create this is what is heavy. Once you're done, basically the cost you have is just maybe power, electricity, to run this. Then I can afford to charge very, very affordable fees and provide the highest quality education you can ever find in East Africa or on the African continent. The problem we have in this country is the mindset and mentality to give up on even things we are able to do. There is a syndrome we are suffering from that, oh, we have not reached there.
Yes.
Okay? This is not us. We still have a few years to get there. Okay, you were created the same way by the same God, and you are given the same earth like everyone. Why do you discriminate yourself? Why do you relegate yourself to inferiority of some sort? These, like I always tell people, no parent gives birth to a failed child. No one.
But you have so many failed
But then you have a system that tells everyone, someone's child that, oh, no, you are ungradable, you have failed. And then you have a system that tells every parent, no, now that exams are out, we need to select which child comes to my school. Like, honestly, you are selecting, I want to remind everyone, you are selecting from a 12-year and a 13-year-old. Let us remember, we adults, what were we doing at 12 and 13? Can you trace your PLE certificate and show it to me? Has anyone asked you, those who are running for office, who make these policies, when you presented things to the Electoral Commission, who told you to bring the PLE certificate? Can't we see that there are certain...
But doctor, that is a way of grading abilities. However, to a certain extent, I agree with you. Yesterday, I was discussing with one of my friends.
So are you grading abilities to reject?
Because we are seeing, we are all submitted to a certain paper. You went to school for 7 years.
Okay.
And there was much that was taught to you. Now, we want to see at national level, what were you able to produce?
Is that right? Now, let me tell you, true education, okay? True education. And by the way, everyone, you like this government or you don't like it, you are blessed that the Ministry of Education and the Minister of Education introduced competence-based education. That is the best thing this country has done within the education sector. Okay? His Excellency the President and the First Lady, you should sit home and be proud you have brought it, but work hard to make it work. Okay? Let me tell you what it is, why I'm saying it is the best. Competence-based education is built on a few things, very fundamental. One, that we are created differently.
Yes.
Okay? Robert, you're a very different person. The only thing we share right now is that we can wear clothes, all of us, and appear nice. The viewers, same. But there is something, abilities God put in you that I don't have. And there are some abilities I have that you don't have. Okay? So that means learning must be personalized. Okay? And the competence-based education gives you that. So therefore, all of us can be subjected to the same content, to some content. We are in the same class. Okay? So competence-based education will demand that you master a particular skill, particular knowledge, mastery. Okay? Key information, or keyword, mastery. Then, if you have mastered it, you will demonstrate the competencies you have mastered. Okay? Now, what we call a fixed variable there is the learning. Learning is fixed, but time cannot be fixed. Time remains variable. Why? Because I started with different abilities. We are abled differently. So every child is abled differently. So that means the time you will take to master something and demonstrate the competencies may be different from mine. You may need 1 hour. You may need 1 hour to study something, master it, and demonstrate it in 12 minutes. I may need 5 hours to study, master, and then another hour to demonstrate competencies. What matters is you to arrive. What matters is to demonstrate competencies. The time you take may be different from mine. Now, we have understood we have two factors. One is variable, another one is fixed. Expose me to learning. Okay? Then I'll take some time to master. You'll take yours to master. So therefore, you cannot expect all kids who have gone through learning in 7 years. You say, sit down, here is SST. You have 2 hours. Demonstrate what you mastered. Demonstrate the competencies. Remember what I told you earlier? That for you to arrive here, your time may be different. Maybe this person, one of them, he needed 12 extra days to be able to demonstrate this. And that's what real life looks like. Another one, maybe there's another one who was actually delayed. In the 5th year, he or she would have demonstrated the competences you needed, but you made them sit in a classroom for 7 years. But with the competence-based education, if implemented with all its principles, it must operate the way I have demonstrated it, not the way the national examination of a 13-year-old is being conducted.
So how then would the examination be?
No, you don't need you don't need examinations for a child who is 12 years, 13 years. Why do you need a national examination? You don't need it. In sane education systems, the job of a teacher, again, I want to emphasize the job of a teacher, important word, teacher, is to help the student learn. Now, bring them together, help students learn.
Yes.
Some students are far than others. So when you realize that this student is a little bit lower, you pick them up and bring them to the, you concentrate on these students to bring them to this level. Then you're going to have what we call continuous assessment. Okay? You give them an assessment.
Which each education system is trying to.
Exactly.
Continuous
That is
assessment.
what it is supposed to be. Continuous assessment means some of it is going to be formative, some of it is going to be summative, some of it is going to be simple projects, others are going to be simple tests, others are going to be discussions, others are going to be debates, others are going to be, they can sing, others they can create things, they can solve problems. There are so many varieties of assessment methodologies we can use. Now, when you notice that Kennedy, let me use that example, that Kennedy is struggling with these concepts, then as a teacher you divert your efforts to bring Kennedy up to speed. Okay? When they don't pass this assessment, you again tell them, okay, go back and again concentrate on this, give them another assessment until you notice that actually they have come, they have improved. So you are looking for those competencies. So by the time they finish 7 years, then everyone is at the what? Same level. So then they move on to another cycle of education. You don't have, you have how they have performed. Now let me ask you, and be honest with me, all the viewers. Tell me a few countries you know that may be supporting, or agencies, international agencies, you know that they are supporting our education system. You've seen them. I'll help. You said before Trump became Trump, used to support education. There is World Bank. You can say United States. You can say UK. You can say Germany. You can say Finland. You can say so many countries. All right. Okay. Robert and viewers, those people, the money they give us to support education system or even other sectors, money comes from their taxpayers. Okay. The people. If it is Australia, Australians. If it's Canada, Canadians. If it's US, Americans. Right? If it's Britain, the British. Okay?
The Japanese even put their flag and say, the people of Japan.
Exactly. If it is Singapore, Singapore. So they are taxpayers. Now, there is no single taxpayer in America, in Canada, in Japan, in the Norway, Denmark, that has ever written a national exam at primary level. So now, how come they have the money to support our education system? Us, who invented something great, a national exam for a 13-year-old, that we don't have. Ask yourself, did we really invent something great that the donors who are supporting us cannot copy, but they have the money to support us? Let's not even think even far, and maybe I've made it even worse. Look at ourselves and the viewers who are watching us this morning. You have a watch, I have one. You have a beautiful shirt, I have one. Nice pants, nice jacket. The viewers, same. They are even watching us on their amazing TV set. We are using gadgets here. Tell me, of all the things I have mentioned, anything that have been made by a Ugandan?
On what I have, no.
Even me. Even the person who is watching us. The only thing they have, maybe if they are taking tea, is the sugar that is in their tea and the milk that their cows gave them. But how they are dressed, how we are dressed, the car they will drive when they leave their house, the computer they will use, the phone they are using, everything is not done by. So with all the exams subjected to a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, how come they're not helping us to be this productive? How come we're not becoming so innovative? Can't we realize that there is something that is fundamentally wrong to torture a 13-year-old with a national exam? And then, later on, we are using a system that is not going to support the productivity. Now, let me tell you something.
So for you, for continuous assessment,
yes,
nothing to subject these to exam.
These are kids. You can't tell them a story of how they failed at 12, at 13. They can't. There's no one who gives birth to a failed child. Impossible. Have you ever gone to hospital and they tell you, oh, congratulations, your baby is a baby girl, but we have also put a tag, this child is a failure.
You've just reminded me what I discussed earlier in our
They tell you
show,
the child is a boy or a girl.
a parent who was very, very up in arms because the child scored 15, and she said this child has been here from P1, and the school charges a lot of money. And the parent was like, she was a woman, and she said, how now do I take this to the father? Not even think about the child, but how do I take him? He said in Uganda, sente omusajja zonna zayononedde ku mwana musomero mutwalira ntya 15.
Now,
she was worried even before the child.
Robert, let me tell you this, and I'm going to speak from the heart. We are blessed. We have a man who fought so hard to restore peace and economic development to this country where we are now. And we should be very grateful. And we're also lucky that, and I'm talking about His Excellency the President, we're also lucky that Ugandans have blessed him with another mandate, overwhelmingly. Okay? This mandate he has is a huge opportunity that he can, and the people he will choose to work with him, that he can use to transform this country. Now, that is going to require him making bold decisions. Now, let me tell you, the bold decisions he ought to really make. And I'm giving you simple examples. I understand where he's coming from. If you are born from the 40s all the way to the 1980s, then you are into those people, we can say Generation X or something. There is a world view you have. There is, the way you see the world becomes different. So now, seeing the world as it is and what it is coming, you struggle because you have to marry it with your own worldview. If you read very well, you'll find that the gentleman that is really praised so much, Socrates, he struggled with handwriting when it was emerging. He opposed it. He said that this thing called handwriting is going to make people fail to remember, to think, because they're just handwriting. He opposed it, much as we know that he is a father of also some kind of civilization that we know also, but he struggled with the emerging of handwriting. So I also expect some people from that generation to struggle with what is happening right now. But you need to take bold what? Decisions. And what is this bold decision? If His Excellency wants this economy to grow tenfold, times 10, then there are some resources, important resources he has to activate. And that is the people of this country. They are not educated very well. But if you can educate them very well, if they can be subjected to meaningful education, then you're going to have a human capital that is not only of service to Uganda, but it is of service to where? To the world. And then you're going to see money flowing in here, because these people can serve the world. Yes, what we grow, what we manufacture, the oil we extract, that is great. But that can complement the major resource we have, the human being. And what is going to help us activate this redundant resource, we the people, is embracing technology. Let me tell you why.
Briefly, Professor, time is running
very, very quickly.
Against us, yes.
If you look at the most expensive company in the world, it is not involved in agriculture, it is not involved in oil, it is not involved in what? All those things. It is a tech company. Almost 4.5 trillions. That is NVIDIA. There is Google, almost 4 trillion. There is Microsoft, 4 trillions. The other one I talked about first, if they chose to donate their worth, the money that they have, they can, to Africans, who are 1.5 billion people, every African can receive almost $3,000. You know? The African GDP, the entire continent, is 2.8 trillions. Okay? The other one is almost 4.5 trillions. So, why do you think only tech giants are the ones that have a GDP almost big, I mean, have the worth almost bigger? If you combine the top 5, have the biggest money compared to any continent, you have whatever. So, if we embraced technology in this country, if we embraced artificial intelligence in this country, and it is very, very possible, you simply give me $1 billion. I will accord a gadget to every school-going person in this country. That means 1 student, 1 laptop. Okay? There are 15 million Ugandans going to school today. And when I talked about technology and this gadget, I'm not talking about social media or anything. I'm talking about EdTech, education what? Technology.
Professor, let me just have your parting shot. It's very interesting.
Let me use this. Let me use this as I wind up.
Yes, please,
okay? So when you do that, do you know how much money you save? You no longer need every school to have a textbook, like all the textbooks. You only buy 1 textbook and send it to every child.
Yes.
One digital book goes to everyone. So you no longer need a structure for the library. You no longer need a structure for the computer lab. You no longer need a computer lab. So where do you put that money you save? That money, invest it in the salary of teachers to be able to conduct continuous assessment. We will have a population that is educated, that is productive. We will have the 10 times growth we are looking for by 2040. We will be a richer economy. You will leave a legacy that no one will forget. So thank you, UBC. Victoria University has an intake, March intake. If you want to enjoy the things I talked about earlier today, I am for meaningful education all the time. Come and work with us. Not just study, come and work with us at Victoria University. Let us develop together. I am sure you will leave Victoria University very able to really add value to this country or even beyond. Good morning.
Well, thank you so much, Professor Rollins Muganga, the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University. We will have to give room for more programming. Keep it with us, but ensure you have meaningful education.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.